What is going on, everyone? My name is Alpha, and today we're back from the Pokemon Challenge video. Today we're on Emerald. We're playing through Hoenn today, and our challenge will be, can we beat Pokemon Emerald using only gift Pokemons? So gift Pokemons are obviously essentially any Pokemon you are given for free, any Pokemon that is kind of left behind by anyone that is given to us. So that is gift Pokemons technically. Now, traded Pokemons do not count, and as well, we can't catch any Pokemon, obviously. And certainly, if there's any Pokemon that we have to spend money on, we cannot use it. But I don't think so in Pokemon Emerald we can actually spend money to get any Pokemon. So we are fine on that front. Just to clear up the rules, I can use the HM slaves because the Pokemon we are gifted can actually learn all the HMs necessary to beat the game. So we are just going to drop off HMs for us. And as well, I'm not going to choose Mudkip as my starter because I believe Mudkip will be the easiest choice. So we're going to choose Trico, and as well, we're not going to evolve Trico at all. Put an Everstone on it. We can evolve all the other Pokemon we have, just not our starter because, you know, that will make it a bit too easy. So we could ramp up the difficulty a little more for us. And with that being said, we cannot evolve our starter. We have HM slaves ready to use, and we can only use gift Pokemon throughout Hoenn. So if you guys are excited for this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge ideas, and also subscribe if you guys are not already. So let's get into the challenge. So I picked Trico obviously here. I'd rather have Trico because firstly, there's a rock gym leader that's coming up, and Torchic would not be a good choice for me. As well, Mudkip. I don't know, Mudkip is the easiest one to use. There's a video out there from Alphabet, I think, that has KU beat the entirety of Emerald using just a Mudkip. So I'm just trying to avoid that, just using Mudkip, because Mudkip could be an easy fail-safe. So from there, we're gonna actually head into Rustboro City. Rustboro City will be home of the Rock type gym leader. Roxanne will be there, and we have a pretty decently level Trico, so it won't be too hard for us to beat her. We absorb the Geodudes, and then Nosepacks comes out, and then it gets easily destroyed too. We're gonna get the Wingull back for the old man, so we get to Dewford. We're also going to pick up the TM for Bullet Seed, which, you know, is a better grass move than we have, which is Absorb. And we're also gonna fight our rival here just to get a little more XP. We lose the first time, and then the second time it decided not to hit me at all. So it's like, I mean, it's fair game, I guess. From there, we're gonna actually go into Dewford Island and spend our time at the gym. We're gonna get hella swole and then head into the Brawly fight. Brawly is actually gonna beat me the first time, which is a bit unfortunate. We got very close. We hit him with a lot of Bullet Seed, but it didn't actually end up being enough, and we lose to a Vital Throw. The next time I come around, I didn't get hit at all. I mean, Machop just kind of let me beat it up. And then Meditite always lets you beat it up because it only uses Focus Punch. And then Makuhita didn't attack me at all. He just kept using Bulk Up. And we beat Brawly. So, I mean, underwhelming the second fight, but we did lose the first time. We get the free Soda Pop from the Sandbar, and then completely destroy Team Aqua in their little museum heist. We go up, we fight our rival. Luckily, our rival let us Screech and quick attack him down, and we survive on barely any HP, and we beat our rival. So that is a good signs for us. From there, we're gonna head into the hardest challenge we're gonna have for a while, which is against Windowless City Watson. Watson is gonna be a bit difficult for us because he has 4 Pokemon, and like, it's a steel type. So, you know, Magneton's a steel type. It's gonna put a lot of work into us and actually knock us down a lot of times. And then Manectric, just when it's fully evolved, it's dangerous Pokemon. Like, this fully evolved Pokemon, it's grown man stats. Like, it's gonna destroy me a lot of times. So the trick is to actually have enough Mega Drains, so not use my Mega Drains for the first 2 Pokemon at all, and then use it at the end where I can absorb HP into my Trico, and then hopefully get into overgrowth range against the Manectric, and then kill it with that hit. Or, I mean, from there, we're gonna die again. We're gonna black out again. Great. But then we're gonna actually head into Fall Over Town. We're gonna get the TM for Dig that we never use, and then we're gonna go to Meteor Falls, finish everything there, head back, stop Team Magma at the top of the mountain, and then go all the way down. We lose to Maxi at the top of the mountain, but I mean, we rematch him, we beat him. This Trico is kind of hard to use, not gonna lie. But from there, we actually head into Lava Ridge Town. Lava Ridge will be the site of where we get the next gift Pokemon, which will be our Wynot. Wynot will be a pretty useful Pokemon. Useful is a loose term, I gotta say. So I go to my spot. I used to do this all the time when I was a kid to hatch eggs. Is to go between Windowless City and Vernon Turf Town. It's just a very quick way to hatch eggs, and I did it within like a few minutes. And then we got a Why Not. Now we got to train it up. It does evolve pretty quick to a Wobbuffet, but as you guys know, Wobbuffet and Why Not are not very good Pokemon to have in a single player team, because they don't really learn any moves, and they also like only hit indirectly, so you gotta they gotta get hit first, and then they gotta reflect damage. So I mean, it's lucky for a failsafe, but it's not good as an ace, because you know it has to take damage to do damage. But it gets a lot of HP, and that's a good thing. Anyways, we head into the gym fight against Flannery. Flannery will be the fire type gym leader of the game. We're gonna actually start with Trico. Trico actually ends up beating down her Numo and her camera up very easily. We paralyze the camera up and knock it down. And then Slugma comes out. Similar situation. It does fall down to my Trico, and it's very simple. Torkoal comes out. We're going to attempt to Miracle it, and it works flawlessly. Like, Miracle just completely just demolished Torkoal. It uses Overheat from the start, from the jump. Gives off the strongest fire move it can, and then just gets knocked out by his own power. So we do beat Torkoal in that sense, and that's great for us. Now from there, we're actually going to head into the desert. The desert will, I didn't notice, but you have to make it appear by going back and forth to Route 11, and then the desert Mirage Tower will actually spawn. There's 2 items in the tower you can get. Both are fossils, and you can only really pick one. So the other one will be available after the game, but you could pick one. I chose the Claw Fossil. I always choose the Claw Fossil because I love it more. And then we're gonna head back to Rustboro City, and then we're gonna restore it for our next Pokemon, which will be an Anorith. Anorith will be a very useful member for our team, especially for the next gym. We train it up, and I mean, it goes through a lot of training in this gym, and it takes forever. But you know, at the end of the day, it's actually becoming pretty useful because it has Protect, and it's gonna be very useful against Norman. So we head into Norman. Our Trico will actually beat down the Spinda for us, and then the Slacking comes out. Anorith will be staying out here for a while as it protects, and then tries to knock down the Slacking. Eventually, it actually gets caught up because I run out of Protects. Unfortunately, I didn't know Protect had only 10 PP, but I didn't get the chance to knock out Slacking. But we do a lot of damage to it, and Slacking will go down with my Trico. The Lanoon will come out, and then my Wobbuffet will have to 1v1 it. Luckily, Lanoon decides not to use Belly Drum. That could have been really bad if it did, but I decided to use Destiny Bot for the first time, and then I got flinched, and then I was in a bad situation. Luckily, Counter finished things off and, you know, helped me because I was struggling a lot during that situation. And then from there, we're gonna do a lot of miscellaneous tasks. We're gonna pick up TM Ice Beam for ourselves, and as well, we're gonna get TM Thunderbolt for ourselves. And then we're gonna head into the weather building. We almost black out a few times getting there because our Pokemon, again, not very strong, but you know. So we head in there. We're gonna beat Team Ogre. We're gonna beat Sheila at her own game, and then get a new Pokemon called Castform. Castform is the weather Pokemon. It changes form based on the weather and all. And I mean, we're not gonna really rely on the weather thing. It's gonna be our best special attacker we're gonna have. So we teach it Ice Beam, and we're gonna teach it Thunderbolt, and that's how it's gonna get its power from there. And we're gonna head into Windowless Gym. Windowless Gym is obviously the flying type gym leader of the game. We're gonna use the rare candy on our model be right before the gym, so we can get really like a really strong Pokemon right before our gym. Unfortunately, I got really lazy and then decided not to go to the Poke Center before this gym fight. I'm running out of ancient powers very easily, and then luckily I had enough to beat down the Tropius and the Pelipper, but then I ran out. Luckily, Wobbuffet actually takes care of the Skarmory, and as well as the Altaria that comes out. So I mean, luckily it didn't Dragon Dance and decides to sweep me. That could have been bad too, but anyways, we head back to the game corner just to see what we can do. I didn't know the game corner was so bad that you only get 12 coins for getting a jackpot. That was awful. Jesus Christ. From there, we're gonna actually scale Mount Pyre, the ghost tower thing. We got TM30, which is Shadow Bolt, and then head into Mount Pyre itself, and then climb it up, go into the magma hideout, do everything in the magma hideout, and clean it out. We're gonna actually use our Castform a bit more. As well, we have to fight Maxi for the next time, and our model will actually clean it up very easily, just completely destroys it. And we're actually gonna go hunting for this very secret and very, very useful item. It's called a PP Max. It maxes out your PP to the most you can have on a move. So we gotta find out in one of their secret rooms. And then from there, we're gonna actually go into Lilycove City, which is the location of the Team Aqua hideout, and we're gonna clear through that. And then finally, we're able to go to Mossdeep City. Mossdeep City is home of Liza and Tate's gym, which is a double battle psychic gym, and we're gonna clear through that. I had big hopes for my cast form doing a lot during this fight. Big hopes that went down the drain really easily. So we start out the fight against Liza and Tate with our cast form and our Armaldo. Armaldo will actually take care of the Xatu very easily. Cast form, on the other hand, kind of gets beaten up a bit. It actually doesn't end up beating up the Claydol in time, and it's pretty annoying. So it ended up going down before it can beat up Claydol. But luckily, Armaldo and Trico can finish the job against the Lunatone and the Claydol. Solrock comes out. It's not going to be too big of a matter. Giga Drain knocks down the Lunatone, and then Solrock can get beaten down by my Trico. Trico actually lives the flamethrower with barely any HP, and then just gets demolished while my Armaldo is just sleeping in the back. But it's alright, we beat Liza and Tate. We have to head into Mossdeep Space Station. There's a very cool scene in ORS, which you get to go to the Delta episodes, which you get to fight Deoxys and like ride on the Rayquaza. The models in those games, I mean the character models look weird, but like that's a fabulous scene. I love that. Anyways, we're heading into the double battle with Steven Stone. We're actually getting cleared through that very easily, and then we don't get his gift Pokemon just yet. We have to wait until the game is over, which is unfortunate, but this is our team before the Elite Four. And I mean, we're gonna beat RG again in his submarine, and then head into the whole. I think I did something, because I keep getting this Mirage Island in every game save I have, so there's something going on here. Anyways, we head into obviously Windowless City, head into the Sky Pillar, get Rayquaza, finally head into the 8th gym, which, you know, it was waiting for us. We're gonna head into it using our Trico to start. Trico will actually knock down the Lovetus very easily, then knock down the Sileo pretty easily. Then Kingdra kind of ambushes my team and just knock it around. Armaldo goes down, my Castform goes down, and then Wobbuffet. So I'm using Miracle trying to bait it in, but it doesn't work. So I decided to use a different move. I use Destiny Bond. Destiny Bond, it makes me and the opponent bond. So if I go down, it will go down as long as I'm using the move. So I actually found a way to get rid of Kingdra, because it set up so many double teams that it was impossible to hit. And then from there, obviously Wishcash would not survive a grass move, and then Crawdon, one of my favorite Pokemon, cannot do any damage to me, which is unfortunate. Crawdon's a very amazing Pokemon, but you know, in these games, Crawdon's both his stab moves are special moves, and it cannot do anything to anyone. And then from there, we're gonna head into Victory Road. We're gonna do a bit of training. We're gonna beat Wally. I completely forgot Wally was in the game. And then we're gonna go into the Elite Four. Our final team is it's pretty cool. Since we don't have setup moves, I'm trying to find a setup move for our model, but I couldn't teach it anything. I'm going to teach it Earthquake and Aerial Lace just to make it beefier, and also Brick Break. So, you know, it's a pretty strong Pokemon right now. Our team is pretty good looking. We're going to head into the Sydney fight versus the Dark Elite Four member. I love Sydney. I don't know why. I remember this Elite Four so well so many times as a kid. We're going to start off the battle with our Castform. Castform is actually going to put itself in water form and knock off the Mighty Anna. Cacturne comes out. I was tempted to stay in and use Ice Beam, but I'm glad I didn't, because our model comes out and destroys it in one hit. And then Crawdon comes out, Brick Break, knock it out easily. And Absol will get knocked down as well, and Shifty will get knocked down as well. And that is it for Sydney. Next up will be the Ghost Elite Four member, which is Phoebe. Phoebe will get the Castform treatment, which is just complete annihilation with Castform, as in like Castform runs out of rain turns, and then the Dusclops kill itself. So that's the Castform treatment. It doesn't do enough to kill a Pokemon, but you know, I mean, it'll come around. Then from there, my model comes out. Bayonet versus my model. It does a pretty big chunk, and also outspeeds me, which is kind of annoying. But then my Castform, you know, luckily puts in some work against the next Dusclops. And then Sableye will come out. Sableye will not do anything for me, and it will actually get destroyed, and then we beat Phoebe. Now from there, we're actually going to head into Glacier, and I feel so bad for Glacier. We're going to start off the fight against the Sileo. We're going to actually get our boost using Ancient Power and knock out the Sileo. So I'm like, oh, over at this point. I hit her Ace Wall Ring with my Ancient Power and get another boost. Oh no, poor Glacier. So I got double boost with my Ancient Power, and it's over. And then Break Week will knock out the rest of the Pokemon, and that is the end of Glacier. I'm so sorry, but that is the worst. From there, we're gonna actually start off the battle against Drake, the Dragon Elite Four member, and his annoying Shelgon. I couldn't think of a way to beat the Shelgon, so I just sent out my Treecko, because Treecko's not gonna do anything. As I said that, Trico did absolutely nothing. Casper comes out, Casper will two-shot it with Ice Beam, and luckily we have something like going with our Pokemon. From there, Altaria will come out. I actually sent out my Armato because I feel like Armato can, if it gets the boost, it will be very good for us. But if it doesn't, it can still take care of the Altaria better than my Castform because it has high physical defense and it does pretty well and actually knocks it out. Next up is this Kingdra, and I don't really have anything to really stop the Kingdra, so I'm gonna send out my Wobbuffet, and Wobbuffet just miracles it twice. Very simple. I was like, oh, okay, well, be my guess, I guess. And then Flygon comes out. Flygon will Earthquake me, and then I have to Ice Beam it. And then Salamence comes out. Salamence, his Ace will actually be a bit tougher. Knocks out my Castform, which is annoying. And then it knocks out my Wobbuffet in one hit as well. So I'm like, ooh, it's Armato's turn. If Armato doesn't mess up, is a good thing. So I send out my Armato. Ancient Power does more than half, and then Citrus Berries up. So that means if I live the Rock Slide, I beat him, and I do live the Rock Slide, and I do beat the Salamence. So lucky for us, we end up doing both. Oh my god. So finally, we're gonna head into the Wallace fight, the champion fight of the game. I don't agree with it. I don't know why Wallace is champion, but we're gonna have to deal with it. I knew the Wailord is gonna be the biggest pain because I don't have anything to really stop it. So I'm gonna send out my Wobbuffet from the start and then just close it out, just Miracle it down and then destroy it. Luckily it didn't use Double Edge, that could have been a problem. My Armato will come out. It has Earthquake for this Tentacle. Luckily, Tentacle just misses Hydro Pump in my face, and then we beat the Tentacle in one shot. I'm like, yo, I mean, I'm fine with that. Ludicolo comes out. I didn't really have anything for Ludicolo, so I decided to use Aerial Ace as my stand-in move, and it works pretty well. Unfortunately, it had to surf me, and I mean, I took a lot of damage, so now my Armato is kind of useless. So I mean, this is a bad situation for us. We do knock out half our Pokemon, but half of our Pokemons are kind of dead too. And then Casper comes out. Luckily, he just Dragon Dance in front of me, and I crit it with my Thunderbolt, which I don't think is needed, but we did crit it. And next up will be her Wishcash versus Matrico, Grass versus Water Ground. I mean, not a great situation for her. She actually used Amnesia, and it becomes pretty tense, as in his Hyper Beam actually knocks out my Trico, and I'm like, oh, guess it was a fair matchup. He just destroys me. So Milotic comes out as her final Pokemon, and I'm hoping Armato can outspeed. Nope, Armato doesn't outspeed. Wobbuffet, Destiny Bond, and then takes down the Milotic, and we beat Wallace. So it's like, oh, okay, that happened. I don't know why that happened, but we did beat Wallace, and then we beat the game. Unfortunately, that is not the final battle of the game. There is one more battle. But before we do that, we're going to roll the credits and then head into Mossdeep City. Mossdeep City is the home of Steven Stone. And, you know, obviously we're going to have to get his free Pokemon he gave us. The free Pokemon he gave for us, which is Beldum. Beldum will be a very, very exclusive Pokemon, one of the rarest Pokemon in the world. And we're going to train it up to a Metagross as fast as we can, because Metagross is, you know, a monster. So we're going to teach a Shadow Ball and all that. And then train up our Pokemon as much as we can. Then we're going to head into Meteor Falls, and we're going to finally fight against the greatest trainer in the Hoenn region, which is Steven Stone. Good thing he doesn't have any Mega Pokemons, because this would have been a bit harder. So we're going to start off the battle of Skarmory versus my Castform. Castform is not high enough level to one-shot the Skarmory, but that's fine. We knock out the Skarmory. It sets up Spikes, so it's a bit annoying. And next up, we're going to actually fight Armato versus our Castform. We're going to Rain Dance, and, you know, for once, this is actually very useful. Weather Ball in the rain plus a Mystic Water will actually knock out Armato in one shot. And then Aggron comes out, and Aggron thinks it's going to Thunder me. Nope. Weather Ball one-shots it as well. Cradily comes out, and I'm like, this is perfect. Castform is having a field day. Ice Beam downs, two-shots the Cradily. Unfortunately, it doesn't have enough, you know, in it. Metagross will come out. Meteor Mash will knock it out in one hit, which is bang, dang. Just one-shot it, bang. Knocks it out, and then we have 4 versus 2 at this point, so we are in a clear. Clado does a lot of damage to me, gets his full restore in, gets 2 full restores in, and then I'm like, ooh, I run out of Giga Drain, so what can I do? And then I send out my Armato to try to knock out the Clado. Metagross comes out. Metagross will actually knock me out. I mean, he withdraw his Clado for his Metagross, and then knock off my Metagross. And then, you know, I sent out my Wobbuffet. You know, it was really hard training this thing, so I didn't train it too high, but I'm like, it's high enough level to live an attack. Ooh, barely lives an attack, barely lives the Shadow Ball, and I'm like, oh my god. I use Destiny Bond, and it's gonna hit me again, and I die. So I take down the Metagross with my Wobbuffet, and it only has a Clado at like 1 HP, and I Shadow Ball it, and ironically, the Pokemon he gave me is the Pokemon that takes him down, which is Metagross, and we beat Steven Stone. I have the biggest smile on my face because that was a fun challenge. So I hope you guys all enjoyed. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge ideas, and also subscribe if you guys are not already. Thank you so much for 9K. We're almost at 9.5 and our goal is 10K. So I mean, thank you so much for all that support, and I hope you guys all had a great day. I'm out. Peace.